Hello. 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 This is Lucky Stack here at the Light Show. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the archives of a series of information that's already been given and already taken place to figure out how diddly the diddler actually is. Now, some people might think this is not funny, but when you've told people about this whole ass nigga for years and years ago, it kind of becomes comical. So much so to the point where it's like, well, do you guys care about yourselves? Or are you willing to be destroyed over and over and over and over again? So join Lucky Stack here at the Lighthouse, the Light Show. Put this fucking bull crap together. Seems like y'all missed some stuff. That's what I'm going to say. Seems like you guys missed some information that you shouldn't have missed. But you did. So we're going to go over it. And this is 6 months ago. So let's gather all the information that we already had. You guys are going to hear a lot of good stuff. Peep this. Excuse me. Watch the whole 20. Nope, right back.
Up in a minute. Gene Deal, who was present the night before Notorious B.I.G. Biggie was fatally shot in 1997, made the sensational comments during an interview with Art of Dialogue YouTube channel. And here's what he had to say. Go for it, Rob.
After finding out he was recording everything.
But not only celebrities, I don't think it's only celebrities going to be shook. He had politicians in there. He had princes in there.
Uh-oh.
He also had a couple of preachers in there.
Oh, damn.
Is he talking about who I think he's talking about?
You think?
Is
Yeah,
he?
even though you guys understand Gene Deal and, you know, with the preacher part, we understand it. What we need to understand is European royalty and politicians. We've already discussed why politicians would be there. We already know they be having an underground sex party. We've got that proof. But let's keep going.
Hallelujah.
Cat Williams commented on that.
Now, Williams definitely brought him
On
on.
a preacher?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what preacher that is?
I don't.
Okay. You don't know the preacher that was
I'll
seen
say
with Diddy at one of the parties that Cat Williams says, I don't care whether you're TD Jakes or Diddy.
Oh, yeah.
So-
he was the truth
TD
is coming out in
Jakes.
2024.
Listen, again, this is allegedly. That's
what
what
they're
he's saying. Your thoughts on
Now think about the reverends that are telling black people to vote for Kamala Harris. Think about them. And then think about TD Jakes. See, this is the interesting part. We rig the game and we buy out both sides. For some reason, people they're not hearing that. You know, think that, there's people think two different ways. People think there is no escape, and then people think, oh, they're putting your escape there so you can run right to them. And it's like, no. There is no game that there is no ending to. There's always a way out. There's always an ending. Does that mean that they don't have operatives on both sides? No. That's where the whole rig the game and buy out both sides comes from. I'm using this as a reference to Trump. It's like, we know the Republicans and the Democrats don't like him. So that can't be their stoolie. Their stoolie has to be the 200, that went to go vote for Kamala. The stoolies have to be the ones that have not liked Trump at all, but are on that side. That is the logical answer. Let's keep going.
Story here.
So it wasn't just this guy that was saying it. Lil Rod, the former producer, filed the lawsuit, and he said every room in Diddy's mansions were wired with cameras. And he had some of the footage, he had some of the pictures, and he displayed those in the lawsuit that came out. And this was used for blackmail material. They'd bring in these people. A lot of these people were also aspiring young artists in the music industry. And then
remember that. Always ask yourself, what happens to an artist with a good song that doesn't go anywhere? Always ask yourself that question. Damn, what the hell is the name of that group in that song? I cannot remember the name of that group to save my life. South something. I thought his name was South Pole. But he had a friend, though. It was like two dudes, and they both had this one song. I can't remember it for the life of me. I wish I could. But that's supposedly one of these up-and-coming artists that Diddy tagged. Then there was this young artist that Diddy had named Jerome. You can go look up his story, how he stripped himself butt naked and ran out in the middle of the street, kind of like Martin Lawrence did. And people said that had something to do with it. And can't nobody front. Ever since then, Martin has never truthfully been the same. You know what I'm saying? Besides being overweight, he also, he just never was the same. After Big Mama's house, he just never was the same. So clearly something may have happened, especially when he was on the Arsenio Hall show and was exposing him way back in the day. So,
And these parties were sponsored by Motown Records CEO, Universal Records CEO. This goes all the way to the top. And so you get these people in compromising situations. The drinks were laced. The videotapes were hot. And then at the end of the day, you wake up the next morning, what did I do? And then they have compromising material on you. And then they can guide your career. They could kill your career, but they got you. And
now, see, that's the thing. While we watch this, they're going to be like, dog, you're not going to see any of these big wigs get knocked. Okay, how do we know that they're not going to get knocked? Because a lot of them already stepped down. A lot of them have already stepped down. The leader, the owner of Nike stepped down. A different record label stepped down. It's like, why would they do that? But like Jesse Waters is also saying, why would Motown and these big record companies, why would they, okay this type of behavior? Why would they know that the drinks were laced and all that? Because like you said, you can hold somebody's career in your hands, and that way you can do whatever you want with them. Okay, how many artists have we seen like that? Ice Spice is a perfect example. Ice Spice has been so fucking puppeted that all she can do is dance. Like nobody even wants the music. Okay, Sexy Red, another one. Your concerts aren't selling. Your albums aren't selling. That's saying a lot. That dude Mims, show you why I'm hot. Show you. Okay, that was all he got. I think he got a remix, and that was it. Nigga went nowhere. Got a hit though. This is what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's why eventually they stopped even doing deals. They started doing 360s. They just do one album with you. Motherfucker get you fucked up at the Diddy party, get one hit out of you, put you in a compromising situation, and then you can't even say nothing. Nigga, you screwed for life. There's a gang of artists like that. How did Lil Wayne make all themselves and still was $14 million in tax evasion debt? How did that even happen? Like Jay-Z had to help him. Why? Who the fuck died and made Jay-Z the accountant? What are you talking about? Like, that's how you know he got his hand in the cookie jar.
And it wasn't just people in the music business. As you said, there were athletes, there were celebrities, there were politicians, people from the royal family. And we were also told by the former bodyguard that Diddy was an FBI informant. Whoa. So he was a snitch and was feeding information.
How would Gene Deal know that? Because this is something I've been wanting people to realize. Dog, a lot of us are listening to the police. We don't even realize that we're listening to the police. Gene Deal wasn't a security guard because I heard him say that shit after I dropped my Puffy video. I think he might have been talking about me indirectly. He was like, yeah, people just think I was a security guard. No, I was a probation officer. So wait a minute. So you're sworn in. You took an oath. That's what you just told me, motherfucker. If you're a probation officer, then nigga, you have a badge. That means you took an oath. So how is you and Reggie White supposedly beefing on information, but you're both fucking police? Same thing with Whack 100 being in fucking Meech situation, talking about Blue Da Vinci. Nigga, you have nothing to do with none of that. Your claim is Death Row, The Game, Knocking Out Stitches, and Blueface. Nigga, you ain't got nothing to do with no BMF. Why are you even talking about them? Police travel in packs. And these niggas stir up fucking bullshit. This is what they do. It's not just gangbang tagging and doing dumb shit in people's sets and then claiming it's another set. It's not just that. It's deeper than that. These motherfuckers have operatives that they have been put out there. I'm not saying Gene Deal is not keeping it real, but I'm saying whatever happened to Mark Curry. How the fuck did Mark Curry get pushed out the way, who was an artist who got away, and then we get substituted with a fucking PO, a fucking probation officer, somebody who's sworn in. But now we're all looking at him like the fucking holy grail of this shit. And it's like, how did the police do that? I don't know. Maybe because Diddy's a fucking Fed. Oh, well, why would Gene Deal snitch on Diddy? Because being a fucking informant for the feds, that ain't no badge. That ain't no stars, stripes, and bars, motherfucker. That just means you's a weasel. You just a rat. You just got information to give. That don't give you no title. So why the fuck would the police fucking vouch for a rat? He know you a rat. The game is over. You ain't paid him to protect nothing in a long time. Why the fuck wouldn't he talk? And you already going downhill. He had already came out talking about you. A gang of people had already came out talking about you. So it's like, nigga, this ain't nothing new. But you the police.
To the feds. And we don't know what that means. We haven't been able to confirm it, but even Little Rod said it's not just like Epstein. It could be worse.
How Black Rod get locked up for all them ecstasy pills? How the few niggas, how did Shine do all that time? And Shine admitted it. Shine admitted that Diddy, basically like told on him, but it's like at the same time, the lady who got shot in the face said it wasn't even Shine who did it. So I can't trust Shine, who's a fucking chameleon. This nigga, he want to go from Brazilian or Belizean to fucking East Coast gangster to a Jew to fucking. It's like, bro, acting like he Barack Obama now. He trying to talk like him, trying to act like him. It's like, bruh, I'm not gonna sit here and play this game. Like, I'm not. I don't really trust you anyway, especially when the victim who got shot in the face says that it was Puffy who shot her. So, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is paid off. We don't even know if, Shine really did the 10 years. Who that was locked up with Shine. Like, yeah, 50 made a little joke, but even when Shine got out, nigga, nobody ever talked about his bed. Nobody ever said, I was locked up with Shine. It's like, I don't know.
And Jeffrey Epstein.
Now, let me ask you this: when you're seeing something like that, do you think, you know how somebody?
I ain't gonna front. They gonna get to the point that it's worse than Jeffrey Epstein because of drugs. Nobody ever talked about Epstein having drugs. It was all just, what I'm saying, just natural, just bringing these kids here. But to me, I ain't gonna lie, that's like a okie doke trying to make the black man look worse when it's like at the end of the day, y'all have been had that list and you have not let it out. And Diddy was on that list, but so is so many other white people. So many other people are on that list. This is not about racism. This is what you hiding.
Is making money for you, you can't lose them because they're still making money for you, right? So, for example, like an athlete, LeBron James, he's still getting a lot of endorsements. He's still making a lot of money. You got to make sure you protect that asset because that guy's making you a lot of money. I think the number one person right now that you have to protect in music is Taylor Swift. You have to protect her. It's a big insurance policy. She's young. She's going to be around for a long time to come. The concerts, the money making, the $5 billion, the tours, all that stuff. Nothing can go wrong with her because if God forbid something happens, you're making money off.
You don't take Taylor to a Diddy party.
Oh yeah.
So why the fuck would they look out for Sweet Polly Cornbread but didn't look out for Mike when Mike dropped Thriller? You gotta remember, money was different back then. It doesn't mean it's broker. It just means the economy was different. But I forgot. Mike took titles and shit. He wanted fucking distribution, ownership as a black man. They couldn't allow that. I forgot. Taylor ain't doing it. Taylor just wants to go around and eat food and go to football games. I get it.
Don't go anywhere near
a
freak off party.
That's right. So here's where I'm going with this. Do you think Diddy's at a phase that, how do you make money off Diddy today? Because what's Diddy doing today? He's not performing. So is it more that you protect Diddy because the people?
Diddy is a gatekeeper. Diddy been a gatekeeper for a long ass time. You gotta remember, him and Suge are gatekeepers. They made Sonic Brothers, you dumb motherfuckers. It's like them two have been around, you know what I'm saying, recruiting and doing what they're doing. But Suge fell off. Once Pac died and shit, Suge fell off. Diddy, on the other hand, had all those Biggie tapes and remixes he could still use. Suge Knight ended up going to prison. They ended up losing Death Row. Diddy ain't never lost Bad Boy. The Rock fell off. Had to sell that motherfucker. Diddy never lost Bad Boy. Cash Money ended up turning into Young Money. Diddy still owned Bad Boy. Murder Inc. fell off. Bad Boy's still going. With no artist. This nigga's still out here running his mouth. How's that happen? Unless he has to be in the scene. He has to be around. Like, they're going to break it down.
people that he knows that he can destroy their lives that you kind of like have to keep them quiet? Or do you have to find a way to eliminate him, kind of like they try to eliminate this guy named Jeffrey?
I don't know if he was being eliminated by the FBI or even by the Universal Records executives. What happened was Cassie filed this lawsuit. He settled in about 48 hours.
Very fast.
So then everybody goes, oh, what? Did he settling?
Yeah. Yeah.
So everybody starts filing. And so Lil Rod files some real graphic, nasty stuff. We're talking minors, sex trafficking, ecstasy and the alcohol, and then all hell blows loose. And that's when the feds come in and raid, and they go right to the camera system and pull all the servers out. And they, I believe, arrested the drug mule. And so they're closing in. They're going to build a case.
That white guy.
And look, is this something that's coming down at the highest level? I have no idea, but I know Diddy's life is about to blow up, and there's really no way to get out of this.
And I want to say this, and Vinny, I want to go to you because Ashton Kutcher is seen as he prepares to be subpoenaed on Diddy's case. That's one. Next one, Sean Diddy Combs' ex-Cassie, that he paid off, I think $30 million, whatever the number is, cooperating with federal investigations amid the sex trafficking probe.
That's bad.
That's very bad,
That's
right?
bad.
So next one, Sean Diddy Combs still continues carefree in Miami. This is a story from yesterday. Lifestyle by smoking and drinking after federal raids.
Remember, this was 6 months ago. So we just doing a run back of the info. Because we remember when he was in Miami, he had his daughters with him, and they was just, out there chilling, just having a good old time. Nothing's wrong. Supposedly.
Raids. Sean Diddy Combs' youngest son, Christian King, 25, is now sued. So it's like it isn't one thing, it's another thing constantly popping up. Vinny,
but just from my point of view, though, he's in Miami, he's riding bikes, he's taking photos. He seems as if he doesn't have a care in the world. To me, somebody from the outside looking in, it seems like they were like, hey, listen, especially with the Cassie thing, that thing blew the top off of everything. We have to go in there. You don't be there. We're going to make the play. We're going to grab all the footage and everything. I think people are going to fall. Nothing is going to happen to him. He's going to be protected. But they've been using Diddy for how long, Jesse? From the politicians, from Maxine Waters?
So back in 2004, he launched Vote or Die.
Yep.
So he was for Kerry. Then he was for Obama.
Yep.
Then it was for Hillary. And then he's for Biden. So he has been the community organizer for the Democratic Party in the streets for about 20 years. He's a valuable asset.
Diddy for how long, Jesse? From the politicians, from Maxine Waters?
So back in 2004, he launched Vote or Die.
Yep.
So he was for Kerry. Then he was for Obama.
Yep.
Then it was for Hillary. And then he's for Biden. So he has been the community organizer for the Democratic Party in the streets for about 20 years. He's a valuable.
Hold up. Hold up.
No one knows the exact cause of the new album. Fortunate rappers, 1147 East the state. These niggas are still fucking talking. You niggas still breathing. You fucking roaches. All right.
Let's call it what it is, man. Who's been exposing these demon rats? Who's been telling you about the boule? Who been telling you about all these spectacular motherfuckers, man? Damn, man. Damn. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up that a nigga's been telling y'all this shit for a while, bringing the whole thing full circle. Because, see, we started with the Tupac hoax. It started out like that. It started out conspiracies. Real conspiracy-ish. Everybody, Then you got people like Trump coming out talking that Mortal Kombat shit. Cabal. Yeah, this is Mortal Kombat, MK, Ultra, Cabal. All these motherfuckers are scripted out. Shit, I can literally play fucking Kamala Harris saying the same bars like 8 times. Same bars, nigga. Remember that all the news stations how they all had the same bars. Kamala got one of those. She got one of those during the campaigns and shit. She got one of those. So you got these people called Marxists, right? You know what I'm saying? They're trained and prone on how to do what they do. They say Martin Luther King went to some of these classes. You know what I'm saying? During the SNCC days and shit. People learn how to be propagandists. Stuff like that. Okay. So I'm saying that to say this. So Puffy is milking for the Democrats. Talking about vote or die. So it's that energy. People like him, will.i.am. I remember countless others. It's that type of energy that force feeds you, garbage. And then you take it and you give it to everybody else. And it's like it becomes this big old web of ignorance where people aren't even seeing the facts. They just going off of fame and this illusion of this like image that don't even mean nothing. Meanwhile, they're doing all types of wild stuff with underages, grown folks, celebrities, athletes, just messing people up. It's like a secret way of taking your money back. You know what I'm saying? When you blackmail a person, we don't know if it's just to keep quiet or to get your booty played with. It might be your money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, especially once I heard about what happened to Jackie Wilson, like I ain't even know that. Like, yo, we're gonna have to get into that shit. They talking about he was set up. And then there's another video I saw where they admit that it's the mob that's been running hip hop. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Who was cool with the Italian mob? The Jews, Miles Lansky and them. So it's like, bro, look at it. Look at it for what it is. Why you think it's organized crime, but it's only promoted to one group to keep them dumb? Not saying it on the racist shit, because white kids is falling into the trap too. You see Machine Gun Kelly, the tattooed all his body up. Now, we know before you did that, you was out there wearing pink and looking mighty fruity, so I'm pretty sure you try to tattoo all those nut stains that happen on your body. The motherfucker probably treat you like a rag or something. You want your career back up? Yeah, after sucking this, when you teach you how to play guitar. Yeah. It's like, just look at these folks, man. You be seeing them at the end of the day. You can just look at certain artists and tell. They tamped with your ass like for the longest. You know what I'm saying? For the longest. And Diddy's one of them.
Valuable asset.
Big time. And they gave it, like, he started revolt through
Maxine
Waters.
gave him a cut in order for that merger to go through. She said, my guy has to get a piece of the pie.
So if you think about it, he's obviously in with these higher up politicians. You're in there recording all these people and having all this dirt, like they say with Epstein was working for Mossad, or God knows who he was working for. Who knows who Diddy was? Like, he's not recording all these people, all these princes, just to have. Like,
see, I was just saying to myself, I'm pretty sure Diddy was like, I'm on the turnaround part of my life, whereas like, he probably thought he was in the clear. He probably thought this shit wasn't going to come out, but it's Cassie. And it's like, here's the thing. The breakup with Cassie happened before the tape came out. And here's another thing. The bitch stayed with the nigga 8 years after the fact. She breaks up with him the year that we get the tape. Okay, the tape is 8 years old. So that means and y'all say it was a 10-year relationship, so that means by year 2 he was whooping her ass in the middle of fucking hotels. So it's like, bro, what the fuck? She stayed 8 more years. Come on, bro. She fishy too. But it's like that shit should have been a disclosed settlement. Like it should have been behind the background. She shouldn't have had to front stream it, but I guess because, I don't know how Diddy holds his money, but it's like, shit. Excuse me, I'd have paid cash that one. Nigga, you got all that money, billions, I'd have paid cash that one. I'd have gave that bitch suitcase for suitcase, nigga, full of hundreds, full of it, stacks. Like if that was on my tail,
if that tape was there. But here's the funny thing: TMZ didn't have the tape. CNN had the tape. That's the scariest part about all this shit. I keep telling you, we all know CNN is one of the fakest motherfucking Democrat ran fucking publications ever, news wise. How would they have that? Because you were vote or die. You were their homie. So nigga, they held the information. You know what I'm saying? That's Democrats doing that shit. So they really don't care about women because they're willing to hold a tape of a woman getting beat the fuck up and didn't say nothing because that was their poster boy. You gotta think back. What year are we talking about? Nigga, 8 years ago? That's 2016. Hillary Clinton, my nigga. Okay, that was the whole point. So it's like they wasn't gonna let that shit out that year. It wasn't going to. We don't even know when that tape happened. The sun is out. You know what I'm saying? It could be summertime. It could be the beginning of the year. I didn't look at the date on the tape, but it's like, bro. How was that shit held for that long? And then you know he wouldn't have sold the tape. How the fuck did they have to tape that long?
Like footage for when he's older to show to his kids. This is a coordinated thing, and I think the Cassie thing blew the top off. And now they're like, we have to go in and make sure nothing is incriminating for us, or else he does.
Right, because when they went in and raided Epstein's mansions, we never saw any of that footage.
Not 1 minute.
Only Ghislaine Maxwell went down.
Bingo.
They never got anybody else, and he had tapes in Little St. James. He had tapes in the Upper East Side. He had tapes in New Mexico, in Palm Beach. We never heard anything else about that.
Exactly.
Jesse, you said something a little bit earlier that I was like, whoa, because he's been called the Black Epstein.
Yeah.
You said earlier that this could even be worse than Epstein. How do you feel about that? Like, that's a pretty shocking statement.
That's what Lil Rod alleges in the lawsuit.
Well, you've covered this. How do you stand on?
I don't know if he's talking about the violence towards women or the age or the age factor of the minors or the drug factor. Epstein, there was not a lot of drugs. This case has drugs.
Yeah.
This case has lots of narcotics. If you read the filings, we're talking meth, cocaine, PCP, ecstasy.
The stuff in the drink to make you pass out so you don't remember whatever.
Roofies.
Roofie.
Rohypnol.
Hangover.
Yeah, everybody was getting roofie. And apparently everybody, there was even conversations of, I just saw another video where Diddy is giving a drink to Justin Bieber, and we keep seeing videos with him and Justin Bieber, and like they're making sure that Justin Bieber's drinking it, and there's another cut of him in the party, and Justin Bieber just looks like a little bit
What
off.
age was he at the time?
Does it really matter at that point? Justin Bieber's he was young with blonde hair, like he was like what, 17, 18?
Did you see this video?
Yeah.
Watch him pat him down.
Look, this is
checking
recently
for potential.
Look, he's touching
wires.
He's touching his chest. He's touching his chest. Make sure you don't have a wire on you. Look
So
at that.
I got a message.
Weird.
I'm trying to see. I'm not going to reveal the source, but I got a message from a guy saying that some of this has to do with that drink company, the
Diageo.
Diageo. That is, if you look at, can you type in what Diageo's market cap is?
They're
Pull up,
massive.
type in Diageo market cap.
Right.
Yeah, right. If you just type in Diageo market cap, $81 billion.
Yeah.
And what this insider said to me, just purely on what could happen, is given. I'm not giving a source. It
Speculation.
Could be speculation. He said they owe him $2 billion, and he said it could be the fact that they are doing this to not have to pay him $2 billion. Now, can you just type in? Maybe type in. Diageo owes Diddy $2 billion. See if anything like that comes up. Diageo owes Diddy $2 billion.
That's a lot of money.
Go to news. Can you go just to news at the top? Let's see what stories pop up. Can you go a little? Okay. Diddy Diageo and decline Sean Combs' business empire. Sean Diddy Combs dumped by Diageo, maker of Johnny Walker.
Diddy sues.
Sean Diddy and Combs and Diageo settle withdrawal lawsuit in case of Diageo of racism. Okay. So there's something that's going on there that is, kind of ugly. And obviously the people that are saying that, they're supporters of him. So they're kind of like saying there's something going on that you guys are not seeing, right? It's another thing that you got to consider. What do you know about that?
I've seen litigation between those two, and there's a racial charge there as well. And if they've settled, and I also heard Diddy double cross them. So I don't really know what's going on at that level, but I do know that you said you don't think Diddy's going down. I disagree.
And why do you think that?
And I think if you have the feds go and seize everything in the house, phones, electronics, video cameras, and he has multiple civil suits in play, do you think Universal Records is going to take the fall? I don't think Universal Records is going to.
Do you think lesser players are? Because just think about the day that they raided, he wasn't there, and his jet flew with God knows what. He wasn't on it to a place that doesn't have any U.S. extradition. Maybe all the tapes and everything that was just like a delivery method. Because why else is he dancing and having a great time in the streets? He's not delusional.
Because it's great PR.
Yep.
Well, let me ask you this. Here's a question for all of us.
That works. And did he do it? No, that's not the point. Did he dip? Yes, he did. We all know. Did he dip before? So why did that plane go to a place that was off U.S. territory? Why did why was it still being used, or it didn't come back like he came on a different plane back? You know what I'm saying? Why was the plane left there for a certain amount of time? The private jet. I mean, shit. They still using Epstein plane for some weird reason, but it's like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I do know, but I don't know. I'm just saying there was a lot of information that was already brought up that everybody like slipped on, just like the Lil Rod situation, him and his son shooting somebody in the bathroom and shit. It's like, bro, nobody's talking about this shit. All y'all talking about is baby bottles. Like y'all, you niggas acting like y'all involved in something. Like y'all involved in this Jerry Springer fucking crazy shit.
But Rob, can you run a poll on this? Who was more powerful and feared, Harvey Weinstein or Diddy? Put the poll. I'm curious to know what the audience will say. Again, hear me out. It's a very important question. Okay, think about this one before we answer. Process it. Harvey Weinstein.
Yep.
One of the top 4 Godfathers, Hollywood controlled, all of that stuff, the amount of power he had. And he was not a visible guy. He's a behind the closed door guy.
Yep.
Clinton's presidents, all that stuff. Or Diddy, music, hip hop, links of Biggie's death, Tupac's death, what he's done with all these girls, J-Lo, all these names that are tied to him. Who is a bigger man to fall?
To fall, you said to fear.
No, fear and fall, meaning like which one can that industry not afford to fall that they have to protect?
I think Diddy because of all because Weinstein was
Diddy over Weinstein.
Because I think Weinstein was movies and that, but Diddy now we're seeing was politics, presidents, musicians, elites. I think Diddy.
I think it's close. I think it's Weinstein, man. This guy,
Hollywood,
bro. What do you think?
The fear is. I think
there's a big difference in Hollywood.
But did he have anybody murdered? Did he have anybody killed?
I would say Diddy only because of youth. Harvey Weinstein was kind of old, kind of sluggish, kind of fat. He seemed more of a manipulator than like a violent one. You know what I'm saying?
Diddy allegedly had not only 2 guys murdered, he's shooting people.
You know what the purpose of this question is? Who is more untouchable? Weinstein or Diddy?
Well, obviously,
I thought Weinstein was untouchable until he wasn't.
Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
point. So the point he's making when he's asking you the question to say, do you really think he's not going to go down and he's protected? And he said, yes, he is protected. Okay. I had Bernard Carrick at the house. We're having lunch yesterday or 2 days ago, right?
Bernie.
And so I said, so in New York, for the longest time, when you watch these movies, right? Mobster, great movie, the old Mobster movie where it's the story of Lucky and Meyer Lansky and Frank and Ben Siegel and all this stuff. Phenomenal. If you want to know the history of mob, that's the movie to watch. A beautiful movie filled with a lot of facts on what happened. Nobody ever thought that the mob was going to fall. Nobody ever thought. They thought it were the Untouchables. There's a movie, I think, called The Untouchables. Right? Or
Chicago. The movie Untouchables.
Kevin Costner.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then the day the 240 whatever guys are walking out like this and just going on saying, wait a minute.
Oh, man.
How many judges did they have? How many cops did they pay off? How many guys in politics did they have? And nobody thought anything was going to happen to them. Do you think something like that it's about to happen where you see a bunch of these music industry, Hollywood moguls coming out like that? Like you think?
Now remember, this is 6 months ago. How many CEOs of companies left? How many of them resigned? It was like 6, maybe 7. It'd be different if it was like 1 or 2. Now it was like 6, 7 of them dipped out. Remember, this is 6 months ago. So they was already on the trail. They was already on it.
That ugly? You think it's going to be more like? Because look, Harvey Weinstein. Have you seen his latest pictures? What he looks like? He went from the powerful guy, sitting there like this and having
Like a
hard
wheelchair.
That demon.
What do you think?
I think you're never going to see a guy like Universal Records CEO or a Motown Records CEO go down. Those guys are executives. They're well connected. They're going to make Diddy take the fall.
But here's the thing, Jesse. They not only made Diddy take the fall, they dipped also. All them major CEOs resigned. They didn't get fired. They quit. Why? How long have Diddy parties been going on? Especially after Biggie's death. That's where he started getting the most money. People start acting like he was doing good on Big for a little bit, but after Big died, that we'll be missing you, bro. Wow. Like Eddie Jack saw his money for like years. Saw his money didn't get paid till Sting started getting paid. It's like it's terrible, but that's when Diddy blew up. All the remixes. Big's not here to get no money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, some of the royalties go to his family, but it's like Puff getting all that money. All the features. You know what I'm saying? Everybody blowing him up like he was super cool or something. It's like everybody knows at the end of the day, Puff, he can't rap, nigga. Like, shut up. And even when he does rap, it's like, man, shut up. Like, you know? Puffy was never like, oh man, it's the greatest rapper of all time. Then when he turned into Diddy or P. Diddy, like he still just like we never looked at him as like super MC. So at the end of it all, shit, this sounds like Jesse. Remember this 6 months ago. What Jesse was saying is right, but I'm like, yo, they even made it even worse. Not only did you know what I'm saying? Is he taking the fall? But while he's taking the fall, they all resign. Wow.
And
You think so?
because there can always be another Diddy. Someone else will pop up and do the same thing. This was a widespread operation. It was a racketeering conspiracy where these record companies would then sponsor these parties, hand Diddy loads of cash that he used for the drugs, the trafficking, and this was all videotaped. And then they would profit from these young people that came up in the business that were at these parties. They took them to the studios, they signed them to labels, and then they used them to make money. And this was a grand scheme. If the feds want to go all the way up the food chain on it, they can go as high as they want. But something tells me they're going to suppress it and have one guy take the fall.
Do you guys think? Sorry, Tom. Do you guys think that he got? Which one's more like more probable? Him going to jail and getting in trouble for it, or something, God forbid, happening where he kills himself because he can't take it like Epstein? Which one, Adam? What do you think? You think Diddy's going to go behind?
He's too much of a narcissist to kill himself.
What I'm saying, I'm being facetious. Yeah. Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. Let's just
use the word allegedly around.
So what basically you're trying to say is, and you know what? That's enough. It's enough of their ass. Basically, what he asking is Diddy gonna make it out, or are they gonna snuff Diddy out? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. What I can say is Hey, what's up, bro? I see you, Zilla. What I can say is that this is 6 months ago, and they were talking about all this prior stuff already, and then it finally hit heavy where now he's locked up. Everybody keeps trying to make it about him, and it's like, no, bro. It's not about his monkey ass. It's about fucking the Franklin cover-up. It's about all this stuff they've been doing, bro. They've been doing that shit. They've been doing this like over and over and over and fucking over again. They keep doing this shit, B. They keep trying to make people like forget what they already know is there. It's like we already know it's there, bro. Like ain't nobody stupid. Ain't nobody stupid. The Epstein thing was first. But before that, we had been talking about stuff. You know what I'm saying? We had been talking about things. You know, like I said, the Franklin cover-up. The milk carton kids. A lot of different things. There's so much stuff that's been going around before all this jumped on. People went to R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, made a big scene. Took 2 black people out. Okay, cool. Then the Epstein thing hit. See, that's what people don't get. Epstein is after them. It was already known a little bit, but it didn't really like crack like that until after them. So, okay, they hide those. For some reason, Bill Cosby got 50 women come out. All of them from back in the day. They all still alive. Everything. Bill Cosby so old he can't remember half these motherfuckers hoes. He's like, Puddin' Pop, I don't fucking remember none of you. It's like, oh, you're old as hell. He don't know you. We don't even know if y'all are these people y'all talking about. Remember that one that looked like a basketball playing wolf? It was like a white woman. She looked like a straight dude. It was like everybody was like, what the hell? And he touched my breast. He slipped me a roofie, and we were like, we should have knew from there this whole thing was a sham. It's like, something ain't right, bro. This shit don't make no sense. But why? Why they butter us up to just push Epstein off? Now, this motherfucker fucking with children. Y'all talking about drugs and grown women and shit. This motherfucker was messing with kids. Okay. R. Kelly's messing with underages, bro, like 15, which is bad. But no, Epstein, they were talking about like 6, 5, 8. You know what I'm saying? They weren't talking about no grown folks. They weren't. They didn't say that. They said kids. Now, the ones that was massaging his back, I think she was like 12, 13, I think. But still, that's totally different. But that's the one they threw under the rug or hid the list. That's the one they're going to hide out of everybody. We get all the Cosby bitches. We get the R. Kelly minors. But for some reason, they hold on this list, and we're just supposed to be like, well, you know the government. Nigga, you're a smoking rock. That clearly is the list of all lists. Obviously, that is the list of all lists. You got all the damn Cosby victims. You did. You guys had them on Oprah or whatever. They had all of them on stage. It was like 50 of them. Okay. R. Kelly, you got tapes. You got interviews, you got conversations. Epstein, we just get the chick, and he had plenty of tapes, and like they said, none of them was revealed. How's it going with them Diddy tapes? You ain't seen none of those neither, huh? Just AI and Photoshops. We'll see where it goes, man. We'll see where it goes, man. I just wanted to give y'all a little redux, a little more information. Like, hold up, bro. This shit is deeper than what we think, bro. This shit has already been higher up connected. But the ones that could have said something, they already resigned. So Diddy's the one in the hot seat, stuck by himself. I don't know how the hell he would even get out of this unless he told. That's where that Epstein shit come in. We'll see if he makes it out. Goes.